Hey, folks, welcome to InTheMoneyStocks.com's intraday analysis video, brought to you by the creators of proprietary price, pattern, and time methodology. Learn the PPT strategies and profit for life. My name is Gareth Soloway, Chief Market Strategist here at InTheMoneyStocks.com. All right, guys, let's get into the action today. A couple things I want to show you guys on this intraday chart. I've zoomed out quite a bit. Let's zoom in for just a little bit. Notice initially the market opened up right into the 200 MA on the intraday 10-minute SPY chart. The market initially fell sharply. We came all the way down to this master level down here, and this is the level that really means everything. All right, on the downside, if the market was going to have any chance of selling off, you needed to take this level out. Now, why is this important? Where do I get this trend line from? Simply zoom out on your chart, connect the previous low pivot from the gap up here to the low pivot here on the 26th of July to the low pivot yesterday, and notice the low of the day today right into that exact level. It did not break. I repeat, it did not break. If it wasn't going to break, if it didn't break, this market wasn't going down any further. This is your master level. Right? Even if we got below it and closed and confirmed, you would have had a major breakdown on your hands in the short term. The powers that be defended it, did not allow it to happen. The market's reversed to the upside in dramatic fashion. Not much volume behind it, only 62 million today, but nonetheless a sharp move up, and now we're hovering above a major trend line. And let me just explain what I mean by this. All right, so if you take the high of the market here, this is the all-time high on the market, connected to this pivot, and all the way down, this trend line speaks of volumes to the upside. Now, I'm going to tell you guys exactly what I feel about in these two levels. You have a triangular pattern. Right now, you're trading above it. All right? Based on the fact that you're above it, you need to have a neutral to slight upside bias in this market. Could the market really rip higher? No. I don't see the market going dramatically higher. Could the market go back to the 52-week highs, the all-time highs here? Sure. That's like a point away on the SPY, a matter of 10 points on the S&P 500. You could easily go up there. Do I see the market really ripping higher? No, this market doesn't have enough energy for that. But again, just based on a few factors, they held this low. As soon as they held this low and started to bounce this, that was it. The market was going up. Once it took out this and confirmed, the market now is hovering above. Unless the market takes out this lower line here, I would have a neutral to positive bias on this market. That's simple, folks. Neutral to positive. That's where I stand on the market right now in the short term. Now, long term, I think we're going to get some pretty significant downside. But what they need to do, enough bears have kind of crawled in this market over the last couple weeks based on the kind of weakness we've been seeing, where they probably need to push it up just a little bit to get those bulls to think, oh, the buy the dip mentality's back on. Jump in, jump in, jump in. If that happens, then all you need to know is market again should push up a little bit until you get those bears to throw in the towel, and then the market should have a bigger pullback. Okay, so that's what we're seeing here, guys. Again, really spectacular fashion how the market held that trend line to the downside here. This trend line here getting held again. Held yesterday, we bounced up. Held today again, and now we're moving up. My expectations going into, again, the rest of the week will be neutral to upside bias. Not much upside, but, 30 cents a day on the spiders possible. Maybe 50 cents for a couple days to the upside, getting us back to those double top highs. Again, one more time, if by chance we break this lower level to the downside here and actually close below that, then the game on to the downside. Then you're in a major correction mode in this market. Until that happens, neutral to upside bias. Very simple. Okay, couple things to go over. Apple's having a huge move today. Again, the big move coming on the back of this volume surge right here because Icon came out and said he bought a big position in Apple. All right, so again, Icon comes out, says he takes a large stake in Apple. Apple stock ripping higher. He's probably selling into it, as he creates these type of pops. But bottom line is, interestingly enough, if you go to your daily chart on Apple, take a look at this, guys. I think this is fascinating. So one of my longer term targets on Apple was 485, right? 485, which was this little pivot low right here. Draw a trend line right across. Look at where you currently are. Isn't that amazing? I mean, this is a longer-term trend line. Now, based on today's move and a 2-bar surge, I actually think you might get a 3-bar surge, and you might actually get Apple to go up as high as this gap fill here. This would be the max move on it, though, which would be around 515 to 520. There's a gap fill and gap window right up here, and that, again, is at 515, 520. So if we continue up, That is your short-term target, absolutely. Right now, you're definitely hitting into resistance, my first target, but your second target, again, would be upwards of that 515, 520 level. Okay. Today, JCPenney pulling back a little bit. Yesterday, this was a great call in the intraday video. You can see I day traded it today, so I'm making some money on this. But yesterday, folks, if we go to the intraday chart, when we were trading right in here, right in this area, I did the video yesterday, the free video, this very video. I did this yesterday, and I told you guys in the video that this was going to go up, and I told you it right here. You can go to yesterday's video and look at it. Sure enough, look at the rest of the day. This was a great call. I captured it for some good cash myself yesterday, and sure enough, we've dumped out again today, which is fine, but nonetheless, I made some great cash yesterday on JCPenney, as did many members, and even people that just watched the free video. They made great money there. Okay? All right, so we'll see again how that plays out, and we'll watch very, very closely and kind of monitor JCPenney. I actually think JCPenney is probably pretty cheap down here. The fact that Ackman is now out from the board of JCPenney, and the fact that everyone is kind of bearish on it, I think that's getting close to a low. It may go a little bit lower, but I actually think the upside bias has to be taken now on it. I don't have it as a swing trade myself, but I am very eagerly anticipating a possible place. Okay? All right, so let's see what else we have there, folks, and just kind of continuing through. Let's see here. IBM. IBM's down a little bit. So actually, IBM a little bit weaker today. Google's actually down. Baidu's having a good day. Baidu on the back of Sina's good news on earnings, and also continued decent economic news on China, has had a really nice day. Chinese small caps continue to be very, very hot. But look at this chart here. Guys, I've given you guys the long-term target on this this chart here. This is your target 2, and your target 1 is right here. So these are your two targets on Baidu, and it is approaching target 1, which is around the 145 level on BIDU, 145.5 level. Okay? Let's see here. What else do we have? Taking a look at a couple other stocks. JPM is positive today. It was weak early in the day and then surged to the upside, so nice move there. This is actually a nice bullish pattern. It's a shame it's below the 2 moving averages, but this is actually a beautiful bullish pattern on JPM right now. Beautiful, beautiful bullish pattern. So we'll see again how that plays out. Okay, Goldman Sachs up $2.40. Great move there. Chevron and Exxon. Exxon's down, Chevron up. Chevron has been beaten down, so it's getting a little bit of a bounce. But yeah, very interesting there, folks, on some of these stocks. Oh, also airline stocks. Let's not forget to mention airline stocks. The merger between U.S. Airways and what was the other company? The U.S. Airways and American, I think it was, right? Yeah, American Airlines and U.S. Air, the merger was blocked by the Justice Department. So these stocks, all airline stocks, are taking a major hit. Huge drop here. We scalped it again today, so that was a beautiful scalping opportunity. But huge drop on these stocks. Take a look at UAL. UAL getting punished to the downside. Basically, almost 10% on UAL, and U.S. Air absolutely getting crushed today. Over 10%. Huge, huge drop there. So kind of interesting to see how that all plays out. But this is a major blow. Major blow to the airlines here on this merger. All right, guys, I see lots of plays, and that's why I'm kind of getting distracted here. I got to get back to trading. Come take the 7-day free trial to InTheMoneyStocks.com. This is where it's at, folks. All right, again, come take the 7-day free trial. Let's start profiting with the pros. We've got it here. We've got the trades. We've got the alerts. We've got the analysis. It's all here for you. 7-day free trial. Come join us at InTheMoneyStocks.com.